It is now my pleasure to introduce our student speaker, Odia Kane, who is receiving, yes, she is receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Cognitive Science and Political Science. Please join me in welcoming Odia.
Thank you for that. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm most honored today to be speaking to you. When my advisor, Dr. Shayla Nunnally, suggested I submit a speech for commencement, I did what every student would do. I immediately forgot everything I did over the past 4 years. I combed through cloudy memories of the library's 15 minutes to close reminder and accidentally on purpose walking into late night as a first year. After thinking a bit longer, I was reacquainted with my campaign of cognitive science as the best major on campus, because it is. But my hours of time traveled stopped at the moment during move-in day when I was shouting directions to my mother in Buckley's parking lot. And there I experienced the first microaggression of my adult life. In this place, at UConn. The place that was supposed to be my home for the next 8 semesters. After 3 years of cultivating unforgettable positive experiences, I seem to have buried the angst, frustration, and just general emotional turmoil that existed that very first semester. I felt further away from the identity of a UConn student every time I had to reassert my place as an honor student or in rooms with specks of brown and black faces when you scanned them. I found what anchored me, though, to this institution was my scholarship. By my junior year, I was studying cognitive science, political science, and even snuck in a master's in public health. Through my classes, through furthering my academic bandwidth, I found the right people, professors, and places to turn me into the person before you today. And it's safe to say that we all have. It seems that by graduation, everyone has created their own perfect slice of stores. As a class full of leaders, organizers, and innovators, we enhanced this university in all forms. Across cultural centers and cultural values, we tried to find ways to see each other better. Together, we expressed our discontent with guest speakers. We held student-led vigils to honor those who've died because of their identities. And through hundreds of strongly worded tweets, we got the bus schedule changed again, and a fourth time within 4 weeks. Many of us have worked tirelessly to debunk an older narrative of the typical UConn student. Now it is typical to know exceptional people of all ages, races, and expertise. A typical UConn student is an advocate, a scholar, and an active community member. Typical UConn students raise a record $1.3 million for the kids. Typical UConn students create the first ever music festival this campus has ever seen, twice. We love UConnic. Typical UConn students challenge the university, each other, and themselves. Typical UConn students are change makers. But change isn't something I have to explain to the class of 2019. We've watched the flames of UConn traditions like midnight breakfast and the secret sale burn out. We've seen a gym sprout from where residence halls used to stand. We've seen basketball teams fight through the shadow of a legacy that might never be topped. We lived through an infamous historic election that engaged all types of students into discussions about identity, politics, and progress. Witnessed the creation of a nationally recognized learning community that addresses the achievement and matriculation gaps to which Black men fall victim. In the fall of 2018, we had our first Black female presidential and vice presidential officers of USG. And most notably, we've seen the university's first woman president gracefully step down and continue her professional journey elsewhere. We faced it together. After 138 years of history and cows, there seems to be something special about our class. Whether you spend time crying into your biochem textbooks or seem to have a surprise exam every other semester because getting your life together sounds great, but naps are definitely better, you've made it to this finish line. Maybe you didn't get the GPA you wanted. Maybe you had never actually joined skydiving club. And to be honest, a majority of us don't know what's going to happen a couple years from now, but you made it to this finish line. To the staff, faculty, and essential university workers who are here every snow day, thank you for your presence, contributions, and sacrifices. To the families, yeah, clap for them, definitely. To the families, especially those of first-generation college students, yeah. Congratulations, and nothing can take this moment for you, so thank you for sharing it with me. To my mom and dad, my family, my friends, my new 8 sisters, the African American Cultural Center, and New Haven Promise. If there was a word better than love, I'd use it 1,000 times over. To all the mothers, happy Mother's Day. To my fellow graduates, remember, even if your umbrella hasn't, you've conquered the storm's wind. Therefore, you're unstoppable. Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations to the class of 2019.